This is powerful and subtle because the things we are certain about are often obscure to us. We kind of think, well, I am tolerant, I'm not a racist, I'm not homophobic, I'm not sexist, and so on. All of which bear scrutiny, by the way. But, you know, we're kind of certain we're not those things. But those are not the things that stop us being compassionate. It's the whole idea of certainty, of like, you know, it's probably most easy to see it with family members who you've known your whole life and you've got pretty, you know, good idea of who they are. And then they want to open a new hairdressing business, or they're getting into another relationship. And then you're like, well, I know how that's going to go. You know that feeling? Or they want money from me for what? Yeah, I don't know about that. I know the way the last 5 ventures they started went. That's where the certainty comes in. But even more when you zoom in and you're having a conversation with them and they say something that you've heard them say 100 times before. And you're like, oh God, you know, that's so, they are so this way. And that's where the certainty comes in. It's very subtle certainty about people. And that's not to say that you just ignore your experience and you open yourself wide to people who are abusive. Oh, I don't mean that at all. But it's an internal thing where you're continually preening yourself of certainty. That helps you be compassionate. When you don't know anything about the other person, other people, other groups of people, where you have you preen yourself of prejudices, preen yourself of, you know, well, that person is from this particular group of people, so I'm pretty sure, you know, and you've got a little checklist of certainties about this person you've never met before. When you can let go of certainties as much as possible, I know it's not easy to let them go, but if you make it your intention to let them go, you've got a much better chance of it. It frees you up to be more compassionate, and that ultimately makes you feel better. I'm not saying do this because it's really altruistic and, you know, being good to all men. Yeah, sure, but mostly because it makes me feel good, makes you feel good. The more you let go of certainty, the better you feel, because it allows your natural compassion to arise. And this phrase, you know, without the pretense of certainty, because it is a pretense because you never really know, without the pretense of certainty, it's easy to be compassionate. And it is much easier to be compassionate. So yes, let that one go. Let the certainty go, so the compassion can come up.